Hi guys, it's Miss B here and I'm back with another cooking tutorial. Can you guess what I'll be making today? Yes, you guessed it, seafood boil. I know you just got that information from the title, but yes, that's what I'll be making today. I'll be making the seafood boil with the Miss B Love sauce. I've been seeing her videos and I decided to make my own seafood boil and try out the sauce. So first I'll be making the seafood. I'll make everything and prep it and I'll show you all step by step how I make that. And then at the very end, I'll be trying it out live on camera. And you all get to see my reactions and what I think about it. I'll tell you my honest opinion about it, what I like, what I don't like, all of that good stuff. So stay tuned and let's jump right on into this video. See you guys in a second. Okay, so here is all of my dry ingredients. Let me move the obey out the way so you can see everything. This is everything that I'll be using, my dry ingredients. So this is paprika, red crushed pepper flakes, garlic powder, parsley, accent, Creole seasoning, lemon pepper, and yes, the obey seasoning. Okay, so next I'll be showing you my wet ingredients. I have minced garlic. I have hot sauce. Don't judge me that I have off-brand hot sauce. It tastes just as good. Real lemon juice, or you can do fresh squeezed lemons. And then these are my butters. I have margarine and butter. You can use either or. You don't have to use both. This is just a personal preference of mine. And I'll show you why later on during the video. But I have both of those. Okay, so now I'm going to show you all the seafood. This is the corn. I have pre-washed all of this. I have washed the crab legs. I'll insert a clip of me washing these because you really need to get these really clean because you don't want that stuff in your boil. Okay, so I just wanted you to see this really quickly, how I clean my crab legs. I take my scrubber. It's just a regular bottle scrubber, but I take it and I scrub them down. I scrub them down. And I shake it off, give it a rinse. And this is cold water. Because the crab legs is already cooked, you don't want to do this in no hot water or anything like that. But I scrub them down. I make sure I get all that gunk and stuff off of them. I just scrub them down over into cold water. And I don't know if you can see this in the water, but it's like stuff floating in the water. So just make sure you scrub them really good. Scrub them from top to bottom. All the way down. And then you rinse them off. And let me just show you all this water. Oh, did I get my water wet? Oh, this water is ice cold. Can you see this, you guys, floating in this water? Can you see this stuff? You see the little stuff there floating in the water? You don't want that in your seafood boil. All this dirt and grit and stuff. You don't want that in your seafood boil. So this is why you wash them off. You wash everything, actually. I wash everything. I clean everything. But I just wanted to show you all why it's so important to make sure that you scrub them and clean them off. Clean them off the best way you can. Even if you don't have a scrubber, you can just take your hands, just be careful because they have the little spikes on them, and clean them off. But I pre-washed everything. So these are my crab legs. I have my corn. I have my shrimp over here. I'll be adding more shrimp. Usually I like to take the shells off of my shrimp. Let's see if you can see that. I like to take, but I'm going to leave the shells on this time because they say the sauce gets up in there and it's really good. So I have two different sausages. One, I have turkey sausages because I'll be making my husband's with chicken because he don't eat seafood. So I have that for him. But for me, I have smoked sausages. You can use any type of sausage that you want. Just make sure they're really pre-cooked and fully cooked. And then I also have my potatoes. I picked out all of the small potatoes. Oops. I picked out all of the small potatoes in the bag. But I might still cut them a little bit. Just cut them like in half. I still may cut them a little bit. Just maybe like in half or something like that. Or cut all the stuff off that I wouldn't want to eat like that right there. I'm going to go ahead and chop that off. But yeah, these are my potatoes. My red potatoes that I'm going to be using. So let's go ahead and prepare this. Okay, so in front of me I have 3 bowls. I have 2 glass bowls and 1 small bowl. I'll be using 1 bowl for the dry seasonings, 1 bowl for the wet seasonings, and this one I'll be making my mixture to put on top of the crabs, and you'll see that in a minute. So usually when I'm doing this, I'll use a teaspoon just for the crab boil. I'll use a teaspoon of each seasoning, and I'll put it the dry seasonings. I'll use a teaspoon of the dry seasonings and mix that up together. But since I'm doing the Blove sauce and I'm doing 2 different bags, I'm going to use a tablespoon. Now I'm just adjusting it because I'm doing more. So that's why I'll use a tablespoon, but usually I'll use a teaspoon. But let's jump right into the dry ingredients. So I'm not really going to do a full teaspoon of red crushed pepper flakes. Tablespoon. I'm going to still do like a teaspoon because I don't want it to be that hot. So you see this is not full. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that into the bag. Into the bowl. I'm sorry, the bowl. The Old Bay seasoning. Okay, if I can get it to come out. Oh, what? This ain't gonna work. Okay, with all the spillage and stuff like that, that's about right. So, the Old Bay. Next, the Creole seasoning. This is coming out perfectly. Put that in there. Wait a minute. Too close to the seasonings. It's choking me a little bit. It's just like black pepper. You know how black pepper gives you that sneezing sensation and messes with you. So this same thing. The garlic powder, I'm going to do 1 of those as well. If you don't have no minced garlic, you can do 2 of these. But since I'm going to use the minced garlic too, I'm going to just do 1 of these. I'm going to do 1 of the paprikas. Oh, shit. I'm happy it didn't spill all in there. So, let me fix this. I'll be right back. Okay, so that was a quick and easy fix. Luckily, it didn't all spill off into my bowl, so I was able to put some back into the container, close it back up. So that was an easy fix. The parsley flakes. All of this seasoning is really making me want to sneeze. Parsley flakes. And lastly, the lemon pepper. Oh crap, I wasted a little bit in the bowl. Okay, and then I'm going to change it to the teaspoon. I'm going to still go back to the teaspoon for the accent. If you're doing the smaller one, you want to do half a teaspoon of accent, just because all of these ingredients have salt in them. So you don't want your food to be too salty, but you do want the flavor to stand out. So I put that in there. See my bowl? And I'm going to mix it up. Just give me a second to mix this all up. Okay. So this still doesn't look like it's going to be enough for all of that. I don't know. We'll see. If I need to make some more or adjust it, I will. I will. You know what? I decided to add 1 more tablespoon of this. 1 more tablespoon of the Creole seasoning. And I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of the Old Bay. And I'm going to do it this way. 1 more tablespoon of that, and then I'm gonna mix it in, and we should be good with that. Okay, see this right here, this looks like enough. Definitely looks like enough. I forgot 1 ingredient, and this is optional, but since I like sweet stuff, brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. And I know it won't make it too sweet because we have all these spicy ingredients in here, but it'll help balance it out. So that's why I'm gonna use that as well. Add 2 teaspoons of that, and I'm gonna mix it up together. I'm sorry, all of this seasoning has like my allergies flaring up or something. Cause like now my eyes are watering, my nose is running. So be mindful of that. Also, you can add cayenne pepper, you can add black pepper, more red crushed pepper flakes. You can add it a teaspoon just if you want your food to be a little more spicy and have a little more kick. I don't really like spicy food like that, so that's why I didn't add these ingredients, but you can always add them. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my wet ingredients. I am going to do a table, no, not a table. Yeah, I'm going to do a teaspoon of the lemon juice. I'm going to do a teaspoon of the hot sauce. You know what? I am going to do 2 teaspoons. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of the hot sauce and 2 teaspoons of the lemon juice. Because I forgot I was doing 2 bags, so I'm going to do is 1 for each bag. That's what I'm going to do. And then the same with the garlic. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of the garlic too. Just cleaning it out. And it's okay if you get some of them juices in there. That's what you want. You want those juices. Just trying to get it to be even. Okay. Got that in my bowl. And I'm going to mix this all up as well. Give that a quick mix. And set that off to the side. Okay, and so the last bowl, I have softened butter. I just preheated my oven to 350 and just set it on top of the oven, and it helps it soften up. And then I'm going to add some Old Bay seasoning to it. Just going to cover it generously. Cover my butter, my softened butter. And then I'm going to mix this up together. Now, you don't want it to be melted. You still want it to be kind of hard. You just soften it up a little bit so it'll be easier to work with. It'll be easier to mix when it's softened. So now my butter is all mixed up with that seasoning. That's how you would like it to look. Just mix it up really well. If it's too soft, you can set it back in the refrigerator, which I'm going to do. I'm going to pop this back in the refrigerator because it's a little soft, but we're going to do that. But it's mixed up very well. But, I mean, that's fine. Just as long as it's not melted. Even with it being soft like this, it's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to add my butter mixture. All I do is take a little bit of it and I put it into the clusters. And then I put the clusters right into the oven bag. Oh, I forgot to mention, you need big oven bags. Large oven bags, I'm sorry. So, you just take the clusters, take your butter, and you add your butter right on over there. You see how I'm doing that? Just add your butter into it, your butter mixture, your butter with the Old Bay seasoning. Just add that right on into it. And this way, when it melts, it can melt down into the cloths. You can get that seasoning everywhere. And you just place it into the bag. I'm doing all the big ones first, because those are the ones that really matter. See, I'm sorry. I did that off camera. I'm sorry. Put that in there. Get it in there. And then put the claw right on the inside. Okay. After you do that, You can go ahead and add your other ingredients. I have my shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and add a handful of shrimp to the bag. I like shrimp. I'm going to add my sausages. I cut them up into little fours. I'm going to add those and my corn. Add that to the bag. I cut my potatoes up in half, so I'm going to add those. Some of them, the smaller ones, I left whole, but I'm going to cut those up. Then I'm going to add a half a stick of butter. You can add a whole stick if you would like, but a half a stick will be enough. Then I'm going to sprinkle over half of my seasoning. Let's see, get a spoon and do this with. I don't know what this is. Okay, I'm going to add half of my seasoning. I'm going to sprinkle. Just 1 spoonful will be good enough. Let me show you all this. This is what 1 spoonful did. So that's enough. Coated everything. Shake it up a little bit. Let that seasoning get some everywhere. And then I'm going to add half of this. Not the whole thing, just half of it. Sprinkle it everywhere. Okay? That's enough of that. And now all you do is take the bag and you want to tie it up. So I'm going to twist it. Twist it like this. Let me let some of the air out of it first. Just a little of the air. But you don't want to be too harsh with it because the crab legs, they can poke out. So I'm going to just spin it up. Let's see if this box came with the little ties that go with it. There they go. I'm going to use one of these ties that came in the box. And I'm going to add this on here. Just like that, and just pull it tight. And there you go. Your bag is sealed and ready for the oven. I'm going to go ahead and do my next bag. I'm going to do my husband bag. Okay, since my husband bag is seafoodless, I'm just going to dump the ingredients in. The chicken, the sausages, the corn, and the potatoes. Just going to dump those right on here. His bag is going to look way smaller than mine because, again, he don't want everything in there. So, teaspoon, a spoon and a half of the seasoning. Then I'm going to pour the rest of my mixture on over in there. Go ahead and scrape that out with something. All of that in there. And then you still put a stick of butter in it. And his bag is really small. Shake it up. But I just thought I would do this because there are a lot of people out that don't like seafood but would like to try something like this. So, this is his bag. I'm going to twist it up. Tie it off. And this is going to go in the oven as well. Okay, so I'm going to set it all in my big aluminum pan. I have a smaller one here for my son because he loves seafood too. That's mine. I got my chicken one for my husband. I got the oven preheated on 350, and I'm going to go ahead and pop this in and let it bake for about 45 minutes to an hour, or until the potatoes are tender. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it on this cookie sheet and then put it in the oven. And go ahead and let that bake. Now, I still have my leftover seasoning so I can make the Blove sauce. So, let's go ahead and make that while we wait on the rest of it to cook. Okay, so now I'm going to make my Blove sauce. I turn my pan on a medium heat. And I'm going to add the half a stick of butter. This is where this butter right here comes in at. I just wanted to have the real buttery flavor, so I'm going to use real butter instead of the margarine. This is the only time I do that, as a matter of fact. Other than that, I use my margarine. But okay, I'm gonna let that melt. That melt on down. Let that melt a little bit. Then in my other pan, I'm gonna put just some regular butter. I just decided to do this in 2 separate pans. I don't know why, but I did. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a big spoon. Just mix this around. Make sure the whole pan is coated in butter. And now that I have my pan coated in butter and it's mostly melted, I'm gonna go ahead and add my seasoning. And I'm gonna stir it all in. Let me move the camera a little closer so you all can see it. I'm gonna stir it all in. I'll go ahead and add the rest of it. Just wanted you to see this. And so she let this come to a light boil. I think that's what she did. So now this may not be exactly the way she make it, but I mean it's close enough. So I'm gonna let that boil, let them seasonings come up out of there. Make it a little loud. I'm gonna turn on my air vent. I'm gonna turn it on low to make sure you all still able to hear me. And this is my butter melting. So you can see that my butter is melting. So that's that. Let me position the camera back right. Now, as you can see, it's getting a little bubble. That's what you want it to do. You want it to bubble like that. Turn this down. That's almost done. So let that marinate together really good. And then I'm gonna pour half of this butter into here. In fact, let me add some more butter right now while it's boiling. Doesn't hurt. Go ahead and melt some more butter right on down into it. I mean, hey, it's seafood, so I mean it has a lot of butter. This is not good for my diet, so this is gonna be my one cheat meal for the week. Oh, it smells so good too. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells really good. Okay, so I'm gonna just transfer this all back into this bowl. And then we're gonna try it. The final taste test. Here we go. Okay, so now my boil, hold on, wait, let me turn on my light. Okay, so now my boil is complete. These are my bags. Just want to show you it. I'm sorry. These are my bags. That's the juice. I must have poked a hole in it because it's like deflating. That's fine. Everything looks good and tender. Let me put the glove on. How about I do that? How about I put the glove on? This is my husband's bag. It got stuck to the other bag. This is his bag. You can see the juices in his as well. Oh, his potatoes are nice and tender. And this is for my son. For my little son. My big boy. I'm sorry, my big boy. Okay. Just want to mix mine up just a little bit more. Just get those juices everywhere. Just a little more. And I'm going to sit this off to the side. I'm going to cut it open first. Release that heat. Look at that. Look at that. That thing coming out of it. I'm going to release this heat. release the heat out the bags. And I'm gonna sit it to the side and let it cool a little bit. Okay, let's do that, cut that a little bit. Okay, so here it is. Here's my finished product. This is my Blove sauce. This is my crab boil, my sausages, my corn, my shrimp, my crab legs. I really like my seafood with butter and lemon juice, so I have that on the side too. And I have some cocktail sauce. Wait a minute. And here's my cocktail sauce as well. Okay, so this is hot. But hey, let's just try it. I don't know what to try first. My shrimp shriveled up quite a bit. Oh my God, they so small now. These were large shrimp. I should have got jumbo or extra large or something like that, because this shrimp shriveled up quite a bit. But I'm gonna taste it in the sauce. Okay, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. Let's try one of these crab legs. Let's see if I can get one without burning myself. Look at that. Okay. Oh, I broke it. I hate when I break it. We're gonna have to try another one because I broke this one. So let's try another one. Because I'm gonna have to fight with that one to get that meat out of there. Oh, but I'm gonna get it out. Okay, let's hope this one does a little better. Okay, that's a little better. Got the meat out. Let's dip it in the sauce. It's pretty good, pretty good. Mix it in there again. Okay. I can get jiggy with it, I can. So, this is Fake and Bake, Miss B. For the full mukbang, I'll do it in a different video. But don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye.